Yeah. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, God. Woo! All right, well, you have literally inverted the known universe, it seems. And you have interrupted private time, my meditation chanting time. I don't really appreciate when people do that. That's not nice. Stop. But, fuck. Since you've already inverted me, I appear to be green like an alien. Since you have already inverted me, I guess I just have to live like this now. I have to live as this green creature, and so does everyone else. Which honestly is a perfect segue into our little talk for the day. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. All right, we're gonna be talking about loving yourself. Wah! Wah! I know it's gay. It's fine. It's okay. I understand that all of our other videos have been about, why your mental is a little broken. What's going on and why we're all a little broken. But after a certain amount of time, and also after a certain amount of time, you can only learn so much and hear so much advice. And also for the people that this advice was never applicable to. For the people who were just listening along, like, yeah, that's true, that's based. I want to speak to that person today. I do. I think you have been underrepresented in our community. I do believe that that is true. And I just want to say that you are good enough. You are. And I'm sure you don't need to hear that from me. I am merely just some dude on the internet with 3 viewers. So you don't need to hear it from me, but I just want to say to all the people who actually are trying to live their best life, make the best out of themselves, I just want to let you know, stop being so hard on yourself. Plain and simple. If you're one of the people like myself who we look to other people who have already thought all this shit through, right? Well, like what's the best advice? The best advice is learn from other people's mistakes. So then you don't have to repeat them, right? Like that's some of the most common advice you ever get. And so we'll oftentimes go out of our way to go listen to these people and go learn as much as we can. While it is good to clean your room, while it is good to go exercise and work out, let's say you were already doing all that, man, strike a power pose in the mirror for 2 minutes. Go do it. Just go flex in the mirror and let yourself know you're the shit. Just really quick. Fuck it. You need to know you're good enough, man. Even if the world isn't reminding you. And that reminds me. Well, it would appear that that we're back to normal. The normal old white self. Man, do I love myself. Oh, I love it. Love being me. Love existing. Because one day I'm not going to exist. And one day I'm not going to be able to formulate memories. And I'm not going to be able to make friendships. Talk to other people. Have people talk to me. One day that's not going to be a thing. I'm not going to be able to learn anymore. There's going to be a day where the learning and where everything that you thought was ends. Everything you thought life was doesn't exist anymore. And so you really have to enjoy the fuck out of this while you got it, pal. Because I forget there's like an actual, it's like 1 in a trillion or something, like a huge number that you actually get to exist in this, like in a good environment, you know? There's like a small, and so for some reason the universe has picked you to be self-aware. Okay, it didn't pick the monkeys. They're kind of self-aware, I guess. I mean, they still eat their babies, but whatever. You know, man, I have been asked at this point, 2 people. I have a couple others who've asked, but I've had 2 people ask me that I care about. They asked me, how do you get girls? How do you impress a girl? You know, it's complicated. It's really hard because as dudes, we look to other dudes for guidance, like I said. But masculinity is for a lot of people, it's suppressing their emotions, becoming less of a person. You know, it's not good per se. What some people consider being violent to be masculine. You know, and so we suppress these emotions, and we suppress this part of ourselves, and it turns out in the long run that when you suppress, and you let things build up, you tend to explode. You tend to go off, crash out, if you will. So try your best to all the dudes that just want basic. They don't want to read 1,000 books to figure out how to get some pussy. You know, you just want to impress a girl. Have you done something worth getting a girl? Listen, man. While we are not hairy apes, we once were. Everything is primal. All these feelings you have are leftover evolutionary bits of nature that are reminding you where you came from. And I forgot what I was talking about, guys. We're only 8 minutes in. That's a new record, I think. That's a new record. I mean, we were talking about like primal shit and wanting to suppress our emotions. We were talking about wanting to mate, wanting to be with other people, wanting to impress other people. You know, this is natural. It's a natural aspect of life. You know, but one of the key core aspects of getting a person to be interested in you, whether that's friendships, whether that's girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, you have to be yourself. And I think this is where I was going with all the nature stuff, is that we lived in such a culture where we were just us for so long. And now it's expected that you have to conform to whatever the new us is, society, the societal us. So you have to be that. And you have to conform, whether that's politically, you have to conform whether that's the way that you think, the way that you process information. You know, there's 1,001 things that will convince you to conform. But this is the exact thing that's holding you back. That is the exact thing. It is that conformity. It is that loss of self, that a loss of originality. That's why people are having a hard time establishing relationships, in my opinion. I think the people don't even know who they are. We're walking around and we're some meat puppet of some grooming campaign for the last fucking, 12 years through school, and however much damage that did. And then we're groomed by social media, we're groomed by video games, we're groomed by prawn, we're groomed by all these different things, man. And so at what point can you say it's not my fault? I think that's what people really want to hear. I think people really want to hear that it's not on you. And I think to a certain extent that's true. But I also think that you are solely responsible for your own fate. I do. And I know, leave it out of God's hands, but you got to show up for the interview, my man. I think that in every decision that we make, I think the person that's going to go shoot fent for the first time, I think they know that fentanyl is bad. I think they know. I think everyone knows that, but I think you just have a lot of fuck it in that moment, and then you try it, and then it's as great as they say, and now you can't get off. And I think that's really what happens, by the way. I do. I think we are groomed into being emotionless, genderless, feelingless, opinionless, little lobotomites that go with the cultural ebb and flows whenever the big man says to, whenever Big Daddy says to. And Big Daddy is a whole list of things. Big pharma, big chemicals going in the food, and that's just a couple. The military industrial complex, whole big food, Monsanto. And we're groomed into having certain views on society, to where if you bring something up, gotta look around, make sure no one heard you. Gotta make sure that no one heard you saying something that they might think is racist. Or they might think is, anti-Semitic. Even though it's just a stupid question. But we're so conformed into hearing, when we hear these key words, we are programmed, conformed is a good word, but programmed is better. We're programmed to react in such a way. How dare you? Jose, you son of a bitch. Ugh, how immature of me. Or not even immature, how unprofessional. Oh, I am so sorry. That must have hurt you guys' ears. But we are so programmed to lose our sense of identity at such a young age. I think that's bad. Guys, I think that taking shit too seriously and thinking that you're him all the time, guys, I think it's bad. Try being yourself. Try smiling. Write on a piece of paper the shit you appreciate the most about yourself. Look in the mirror and give yourself a compliment. Try to be 1% better. Prove to yourself that you're worth it. A really good quote that I heard once was oftentimes when our pet gets sick, we'll force that fucker. We'll sneak the food in the medicine. We'll sneak the medicine in the food, man. We'll brush our dog's teeth. We will. And yet some of us will just let the teeth fall out of our fucking mouth. Treat yourself as if you are taking care of yourself. As if you're responsible for your own health. Like there's somebody who's going to hold you accountable if you fall apart. Treat yourself like that. Treat yourself like, oh, if I don't take care of this thing, animal control is going to come and arrest me and I'm going to get charged with neglect. Treat yourself like you care about yourself. Seriously, you matter. The thoughts in your brain matter. You're not crazy. Unless you're seeing helicopters fly around your house. Okay? Are the voices telling you to hurt people? These are obvious symptoms of being crazy. If you don't have that, you're not crazy, and you're just going through the motions just like me, just like everyone else. You know, and that's not to say that you're not, your situation isn't fucked in its own special, unique way. But all I'm saying is, can you imagine if you get through it? Now you have, how boring would the movie be if the main character of the movie accomplished their goal right away? How boring would that movie be? That would be such a lame fucking movie. If right at the if Frodo and Sam rode on the back of the Griffin all the way to Mordor and just dropped the ring in the same day, if Gandalf called the Griffin in and they flew there, guys, there wouldn't be 3 movies. There would be one movie of this fucking guy throwing the ring into the volcano. The main character, they have to go through something called the climax. The build-up, you have the beginning, the build-up, and then the climax, guys. This is the climax right here, the tip. And then eventually it'll start to round off, and then you get the resolution and then the conclusion. But man, that main character's got to go uphill for a fucking minute. Rocky lost a lot of those fights, if I remember correctly. You know, that was only after he got comfortable. All I'm saying is, love yourself. As corny, as gay, as retarded as that sounds, love yourself. Because no one's going to do it for you. And more importantly, you want advice on women? You want really good advice on chicks? Here's the best. You will never be able to actually love a woman more than you love yourself. And you can lie and say you do and be like, no, I'll die for her. I'll die for her. I'll take a bullet for her. Is dying love? Is that what you think that love is? What is love to you? Because, I mean, that's an aspect of it, but that's not all it is to me. Love is compromise. It's going through shit and then figuring it out in a nice, respectful manner. And in disagreeing and still being able to tolerate each other and love each other and choosing to love that person. That's love. Love isn't the most extreme case scenario. Love is every day. That's every day. You can't love somebody more than you love yourself. Are you willing to die for yourself? Man, I think a lot of people would say no. I think verbally they'll say yes, but in their brain, every other day they're like, damn, when will this shit end? They just want to fall off the face of the earth. And I think that's how a lot of men feel right now, and I'm sorry. Man, I'm sorry. But this one's for you. We're going to take a cheers. We're going to take a quick cheers. And you know what? You know what we're going to do? I'm going to switch it back to negative because I wanted to do a cheers in the negative. So here we go. Cheers. Oh, wait. Go grab your bowls, your bongs, your blunts, your joints, your dab pens, your dab rigs, your one-hitters, your meth pipe, your heroin needle. All right. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Ooh. Oh, dude, that's cool. Hold on. I'm honestly scared to take another rip, but I'm going to raise the voltage. We're going to take a big rip. You know what? No. No. We're going to take a motherfucking bong rip. Look at that. This is going to be cool. This is going to be cool. And then I have one other thing that I want to do on here. And we're obviously going to keep talking about this. But then I have one other thing to show you guys. All right. Cheers, guys. I'm excited to watch this later. Yo, that was a cool hit. I like smoking in the negative light. Actually, we're gonna put the bong up here, and then I'm gonna show you guys the other thing that I got for this video. All right, let me take the Zen out. Ugh, because I want to enjoy this. All right. I got this today. Today. I found it. I was at work. And I was like, damn, that's so fucking cool. I didn't see it on a shelf. I saw it in the back on a little fucking cart. Look at this. Yeah. In the packaging. Actually, still in the plastic wrap. I bought two. We're going to keep one on the desk. I'm going to buy two more tomorrow if they're still there. But I think it would be cool. Oh, also, look at that. Fucking cap. Are you kidding me? That is so fucking cool. All right. We're going to test it out. We're going to taste it. Ooh. Damn. What flavor? Is it cream? Is it cream soda? I'm gonna either go with cream soda or barbecue water, aka I genuinely can't think of a root beer. All right, put in the comments which one you think. Is it gonna be cream soda? Because it doesn't say. It just says Sunset Sarsaparilla with natural flavor. So comment down below. All right. Cheers. I can't tell. Oh, I almost took the mask off. Holy shit. The ultimate face reveal. Dude, that's root beer. Holy shit. That's delicious. Oh my god. Yeah. The fucking barrel. There's always a barrel in the root beer shit. Dude. How did I not know that? That sounds so correct. Sunset Sarsaparilla root beer. I think I've heard. Is that in game? Or am I gaslighting myself? I don't know. I have to save half of it for my girl. She's gonna want some. And then I'll put in the comments whatever she said. All right. Damn, that's good. That's genuinely not bad. I get sus of the of the fucking whenever they're doing like collabs with food. Come on, dude. You know you do too. That's why I had to buy two. You know, because just in case. Just in case if it actually is good and I want to drink the other one. I bet that they'll still be there. The problem is I only have $20 to my name. And they're $2 a piece. So listen, that may not be the best. Oh, also, look at this shit. I built this. Look at that. I bought some Legos. I took my advice and I got got a Lego set of an Xbox 360. I would hold it up, but it is unfinished. I will be finishing it today, though. Oh, yeah. You know it. And I have a 3D printer that... Oh, shit. I dropped my Jesus bobblehead. Oh, no. Lord, forgive me. I did not know what I do. But, guys, on a real note, on the real, for real. Oh, I thought I was in a burp. Wait. Oh, that was pathetic. I still feel... I'm not forcing this. I know it sounds forced, but it's not. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. But anyways, back to the main objective. Love yourself. Accept who you are. Accept all your goofy little quirks. And try to come up with little catchphrases. That's what I've been trying to do recently. Come up with like little catchphrases for yourself. It's all you have to do. Keep yourself original. Somehow, some way, separate yourself from the crowd. And one thing that I've been noticing with my catchphrases is that I have now infected other people. And now other people are saying my catchphrases, which is kind of weird. I forgot what it was. I wanted to say an example, but I can't remember what it was. But I heard someone say, I was like, I never heard you say that shit before, ever in my motherfucking life. You know, this is some random. But try to find ways to separate yourself and do things that you don't normally do. Keep people on their toes, you know. Always stay. So there are roles in society that we all play, whether we want to accept it or not. And you will be categorized into one of these by nature. And wherever you are, no matter what. And it doesn't mean you're going to play the same role in society as you did before, but there's always a class clown. There's always this. There's always, you get what I'm saying? There's always the popular one. My advice is get good with the people that can make change. Don't fuck around. Like, if you're in college, bro, if I was in college, I would be with the professors wherever they were. Are you fucking... This is the person? This is the person that knows everything that you want to learn about? Shit. Do everything that's not sexual. Remember that. We don't do sexual favors, guys. Come on. You have some self-respect, dude. Keep it in your pants, you fucking freaks. Is it... Oh, no. Yeah, no. I was going to ask, is it like respectable if I put that Zin back in my mouth? But it's sitting on the on this shelf thing. And I looked at the top, it's disgusting. I'm not putting that back in my fucking mouth. You know, I salute whoever can sit through this. Honestly, you're a fucking Chad. Absolute legend. You know. But for the time being, guys, I hope I said enough in this video. I don't want to make it drag on for too long. I think you guys kind of get the drift. You know. Do some finger painting. is my recommendation. Unironically, separate yourself from the herd. Don't show people your finger painting, but just do it today. Play that game that you played like 10 years ago. Go do that. I know you've been thinking about it. Just fuck it. Go do it. Come on. Who cares? But for the time being, guys, hang in there. Seriously. Instead of killing yourself, there's so many things that you can do instead of that. Because that's the end of the line. Then everything ends. You don't kill yourself, for real. It's not worth it. And for the record, I'm not suicidal. I don't have any suicidal tendencies, for the record, in case if Israel is watching. Okay, guys, chill. You're not going to get me today. Or the CIA, for that fact. Well, they might be, hey, listen. But don't do it. It's not worth. Yeah, you will end up hurting. So, and I'm not going to be a crybaby bitch and beg you not to do it. But all I'm going to say is that if you kill yourself, understand this and understand that this is true. And there's no rational way out of this. No rational way for you to say, no, well, nobody cares. People will at least pretend to care. And then when they pretend, that's when they'll realize how much they needed you. So even if you think people won't care, believe it or not, humans are pieces of garbage, and they will pretend like they loved you the entire time. And then in reality, they'll get Stockholm syndrome and they will love you. So no, just bullshit everywhere. You're being a black-pilled retard. Okay, stop being nihilistic, guys. Fuck off with that. It's stupid. You will. The fact about suicide is you will inevitably have an outcome for other people that is less than satisfactory. Because I'm sure right now there's a person that wants to apologize to you for something, or they want to have one more conversation with you and talk to you one more time. But the reality is they just, once again, we suppress these feelings and we say, nah, man, they're fine, they're good, it's okay. It's a brutal world out there, for real. So just try your best to stay grounded. Stay firmly grounded in reality. You can do this multiple ways. Work, family, fucking God, Christ is king, I just know a lot of people, they don't want to hear that, but it's the truth, but listen, man, it's rough, and I know it seems like nobody cares, but if I knew you, I would care. It's just who I am. I promise. Doesn't matter your race, color, religion, sexuality. I don't care if you're fucking trans. I don't care about any of that. I'm sure if I knew you, I would love you. That's who I am as a person. I don't assign people good or bad that's why I say I don't respect anybody. Like, I don't respect women, I don't respect my elders, I don't respect any of that shit. I take everybody at face value, and then we start from there. That's where we build up. So, but that comes from having self-respect. And you need to have a good amount of that, but you can't let it take over. That story of the three bears and Goldilocks, that's so based. There's like that. You have the one porridge that's too hot and it's too intense, and then you have this other porridge that's too soft and cold, and then you have, and those are like the big ones, right? And then you have this small little thing of porridge, and this is like, it's just right. It's just perfect. And I think we build up these fantasies of reality based on these two big ones, and we never aim for that perfect place. I don't even know where I was going with that. Sorry. That's how we do it on this show. The fuck do you mean? Maybe I'll remember it in a couple minutes. I don't know. There's no script, baby! There's no script. This is a real show where we forget shit. That's just how we do. Boom. Praise be. Yes, sir. But seriously, one way that you can, if you are feeling that nihilism, this is something I just thought of. But if you are feeling that nihilism, go check on somebody that you haven't checked on in a minute. It's an easy thing to say that we care. It's easy to point to. It's easy to say that we care, and then we point to one example of how we've cared in the past, and then we carry that on. And then we can describe ourselves as caring, and everything else is excusable. Listen, man. Listen. And if you have somebody like that in your life, make a pros and cons list. What are all the good things someone brings you in your life? What are all the bad things someone brings in your life? But I'm going to speak to that person. I'm going to talk to that person. My rule is to talk to 5 people. I try to say hi to 5 people with a smile and say, hey, what's up? Hey, have a good rest of your day. Or, yo, what's up, man? How you feeling? Just random people. Fuck it. What do you have to lose? There are ways for people to be recognized as nice, and there are ways to recognize that you are a nice person. And the fact of the matter is, to everybody, we are wearing different costumes. So, go talk to random fuckers. Go to the grocery store. Walk around during the day. Oh, leave the shelter. Leave the sanctuary, and go wander into the danger zone where people get shot, stabbed, fucking everything in the book. Everything bad happens at Walmart. Go to a Walmart, though. That's the real world. And go talk to these crazy fuckers. Don't have life conversations, but say, hey, how you doing? Good. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Have a good one. Yeah, you too. And then walk away. Walk away, and if you see them, if you're really a pussy, then go to the other side of the store and check out. I've never done that. I'm talking to a bitch. Not a literal bitch. Men can be bitches too. And also, women can be bitches. Female dogs. Everyone can be a female dog. Listen, guys. I am the world's greatest feminist. The world's largest feminist in the whole world. But recognize, and also, huge, recognize how you look and recognize how you sound. Okay? And use that to your advantage. If you look like a weirdo, guess what? The weird guy. All the best comedians look retarded. I'm sorry, they all look fucked up. I can't really, I mean, the first one that comes to my mind is like Shane Gillis. Fucking Tom Segura has like doesn't he have like a fucked up, like one eye is lower than the other or some shit? Maybe I'm tripping. I have no idea, but these people are not attractive, is all I'm saying. But accept how you look, accept how you sound, and accept yourself for who you are. And who can hate you? And by the way, people's words only have as much impact as you give it. By the way, you don't have to freak out if someone calls you a monkey. And I'm talking to you whites. I don't know why I hesitated on the whites. I'm talking all you crackers out there. All you honkies out there, okay? I'm one of you, so I'm allowed. I'm allowed to say it. But listen. What the fuck was I talking about? Words only have as much effect as you give them. And if someone's calling you a monkey, you know you're not a fucking monkey. So if they're being serious, well, I know I'm not a monkey. So why do I care if this person believes I'm a monkey? This is obviously a insane, crazy person that I am talking to. And you may be asking yourself, why in the world would he use that as an example? I have been called a monkey, folks. It happened. This is a true story. I was just walking down the road from selling some oregano to my friend in GTA 5. And this was actually I think this was the main story mission in GTA 5. And when my character was walking down the road, I got like alarmed on this side of me, and I smelled my character's. It said at the bottom, sniffs air, smells marijuana. And so I said, and so my little dialogue box opened up, and I chose, "Hey yo, who's smoking that blunt?" And then I proceeded to hear from the right of me, "I'm over here, man. You want to come smoke this shit?" I was like, "Yes, sir." And so, some people would call this a crazy move, but this is a side quest. Who are you not to? Don't do it if you're a woman. Never do that. And also, if you're a frail young man who cannot defend yourself, please do not wander. Look at me. Do not wander into people's garages. Guys. Okay? So I proceed to smoke a blunt with this guy. And he tells me that I'm a monkey. And that there's and I of course I interrogate him, right? I'm like, okay, how? How are we, and he's like, well, when you shave a gorilla, you gonna see white skin. I was like, facts. And he said, man, when you look at them kids that's in them suburbs, they love climbing trees. They love that shit. These motherfucking monkeys. They are some monkeys. I was like, man, you're right. Dude, absolutely. Yes, this is what I've been waiting for. An actual crazy person in front of me in real time. I was like, hell yeah, brother. I mean, facts. So wait, if I'm a monkey, then how am I here right now? And he's like, well, it's because we brought the culture. We brought that shit from them pyramids. And he told me the blacks built the pyramids. This was a whole thing. It was awesome. This was beautiful interaction I had with this guy. I did not push back on a single thing that he said. It was awesome. But one thing that I did bring up was Christ. I was like, man, my only problem is, and this is what I told him, my only problem is, where does Christ come into the mix? Because I'm a Christian. Where does Christ come in? And he said facts. And I was like, man, I don't really think Christ would like that. Because after all, I don't remember him. I don't remember any scripture from Christ talking about, white people being less, or that there's different species. Adam is Adam. He didn't create an Adam and Steve. He created an Adam and Eve. And so there's only one man and one woman. And so if you believe in the Bible, no matter the color of the skin, we are all one species. Pretty basic stuff. Long story short, I don't remember what he said. I don't think he said anything to that. And I just asked him, he had a Navy hat on. And so I asked him if he was in the Navy. He said something like 20 fucking years. I was like, damn, thank you for your service. Hey, listen, I don't give a fuck about your opinions. I don't care about anything that you believe. Dude, I'll take your opinions and fucking, if you don't come off as a creep, okay, we're cool. I haven't hung out with the guy since, but still, that's neither here nor there. You don't necessarily want to be homies with someone who thinks you're a monkey, but it is nice to be refreshed and say, the world is healing. Okay, good. We're not all disgusting and that was disgusting because he actually believed it, but the world is not becoming all politically correct, and the world is not all fucking, all everyone's the same copy paste person. This was an actual OG. Said he was a fucking vice lord. He told me he was from Chicago. And I thought it was a nice time. It was I thought it was a pretty cool guy. And I'm one of the whitest motherfuckers in the world. And so, long story short, he let me walk off with the blunt. Not a bad guy in the end. I think that, I think we all just want to feel heard. I think that's really what we all want. I just think that sometimes we don't know that, and so we keep our emotions in order to shield ourselves, because after all, if other people are criticizing things that you do or the way that you think, well, they're asking you to change, and change is uncomfortable. Damn, that's crazy. Now, I'm going to leave you guys off with this. One final thing. But other than that, you are good, and you have the potential of unlimited greatness. Okay? You can do literally anything you set your fucking mind to. But you have to understand that you will make sacrifices along the way. And whether those sacrifices are good things or bad things, whether you make those sacrifices or do the thing you set out to do, will determine who you are as a person for the rest of your life. Be smart. Don't crash out. And if you are going to crash out, Make it an intergenerational gutter fucking crash out. Like my mom used to say, if you're going to commit a really, 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 really bad crime that has the potential for going away for years, motherfucker, you better make it worth. You better make it worth. God damn, boy. If we're going to hit a bank, we're bringing dynamite. We're GTA 5 prologuing that motherfucker. Okay? Now approach life with that. Raw dog. Raw dog that bitch. Seriously. You have no time to waste. None at all. None. In fact, you're wasting time being here right now at 51 minutes and 7 seconds. But I love you for it. And you have a beautiful, wonderful, great rest of your day. Stay safe. Marinante berushate Yahweh Adonai. Marinante berushate Yahweh Adonai. So yeah, guys, stay safe.